Welcome back, everyone. And Evan, you mentioned on your opening weather, we had some record-breaking warmth today, but it's not to be expected to continue through this week. So what can we expect to see through our week in terms of weather?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, these thunderstorms that are moving in, they are the result of a cold front. That's going to cool us back down for tomorrow, but not to anything miserable out there tomorrow. Nobody's going to be having a day with high temperatures remaining in the, below freezing. But, let's look at the current temperature map right now, kind of zoomed out from where I normally show it. And what you see is, well, it's very easy to spot the cold front. You look up in Cleveland, 38 degrees, 32 in Lansing, Michigan. Down here, still 61 degrees. Down in Lexington, Kentucky, still 74 degrees. So here is your cold front right here. And as Cam mentioned, we had record warmth today across the region. Felt more like our normal late June temperatures than March temperatures, where we hit 84 degrees in Morgantown, Elkins, and Clarksburg. That broke the record in Elkins, tied it in Clarksburg, and fell 1 degree shy of breaking the record or tying the record in Morgantown. So incredible summer-like warmth out there today. But here is all of our storm activity riding along this frontal boundary, which is moving very slow itself. The boundary is not a quick moving cold front. It's been jogging along all day today, but the storms themselves are moving very fast along that boundary. But eventually we'll see this front make its passage of our region as we head towards tomorrow morning. But here are current temperatures across the area, where some of us are still in the 70s. You see Glenville there at 79, a little bit of an outlier, but some of us have cooled down significantly from where we were this afternoon. See 55 in Webster Springs, but up Canaan Valley, Spruce Knob still in the 60s. So we still have some warmth for these thunderstorms to feel off of, but if these thunderstorms were to have moved in during the afternoon hours when it was in the 80s region-wide, they would have been very, very intense. But thankfully, they're moving into a cooled down environment, which is going to limit their severity. And here's our radar, and I have watches and warnings turned on here. I have warnings turned on to show up on this radar, and as you can see, there are no warning polygons at this moment, where if you would have looked an hour, especially 2 hours ago, there were warnings all over the place in Ohio and even to our north, some up in Pennsylvania. So thankfully, these storms are not severe at the moment, and they will likely not become severe moving to our region, but some of them will still pack a little bit of a punch. Definitely have some noisy thunder out there, some brief periods of heavy rain, and likely even still some small hail embedded within some of these storms. So they've been very conducive of producing hail, especially out throughout Ohio. Been seeing long hail tracks of upwards of 1 inch, but that is a good thing. We were thinking it could be possible for some locations to see hail up to 2, maybe even 3 inches today, which definitely causes damage, but really haven't seen hail sizes today worthy of causing damage. So here's our severe storm risk as of right now. I posted on Facebook earlier this morning. They updated it, and they had our far northern counties in a level 3 out of 5 risk for severe storms, which is pretty rare for our area as an enhanced risk. And usually what that should mean is that that's the Storm Prediction Center saying, hey, we have high confidence they're going to see at least scattered severe storms. Well, it definitely has not come to fruition. It's not going to come to fruition. And this is not the first time the Storm Prediction Center has kind of missed on a forecast for our area so far this late winter into spring transition time. It's actually the 3rd time it's happened. I'm getting a little fed up here as some meteorologists, but it is what it is. They are the best at forecasting severe weather, and they will remain the best. We're not going to ignore them just because they've missed for our certain area so far this spring. So we had a severe thunderstorm watch up for our far northern counties earlier. They have went ahead and canceled that, and I'm not expecting any other severe thunderstorm watches to be issued ahead of this line of storms as it moves in. But here we are, 1 to 2 a.m. That's when you first start seeing those storms push into our region. And as you can see, not too impressive on the future cast, even when they are kind of showing some red spots there. That could be some hail coming down, some small hail, but nothing too intense. You might see some gusty winds, a little bit, be a brief periods of heavy rain, but nothing too intense at all. But then temperatures start to drop, and you can see some of us getting into the 30s as we head into the later hours of tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, we'll lose that cloud coverage, but temperatures only warm up to maybe the low 50s at most for some of our southern low elevation locations. A lot of us remain in the 40s, maybe remaining in the 30s up in our high elevations for our afternoon temperatures tomorrow. And then as we head towards Tuesday morning, it'll be very chilly out there, but likely widespread 20s across the region. But then we're going to begin another warming trend once again on Tuesday, with temperatures in our lower elevations returning back into the 50s. So how much rainfall can we expect from all of this, all these storms that we're going to quickly work through later on here in just an hour or so? Not much at all. Rainfall's trended down big time because these storms are weakening, and they're moving quite fast once they do officially get into our region. So some locations could see upwards of a ½ an inch, but some of us are maybe only seeing as little as a 1/10 of an inch the further south you go. So not going to cause any flash flooding issues, which is always a good thing. But as I mentioned, we are going to cool down for Monday, and then as we head to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to begin a warming trend by Thursday, likely getting back into the 70s for a lot of us in our lower elevations. And then Friday, our next rain chance will arrive in the form of another approaching cold front, and that will cool us down again as we head towards Friday, Saturday, and then warming back up again behind that. But let's watch these air masses. There we are tomorrow, cool down big time. And then we slowly get those temperatures gradually warming back up as we head towards Thursday. But then that next cold front awaits us as we head towards Friday, Saturday time period, which will likely stir up some rain. So there's one more look at the radar. If we take a look at the 10-day forecast, those storms are on the way. And thankfully, they're most likely not going to be severe, but it will definitely be a little bit noisy out there as those storms work through our regions. Don't be surprised if you're woken up by those here in a few hours. Here's your 10-day forecast where, well, unfortunately, we have passed midnight, so you don't see Monday on there anymore. But tomorrow we're going to be quite chilly, and then we'll gradually warm back up Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we'll, by Thursday, return to the 70s, but then likely some rain action on Friday, and cooling back down for the weekend, Saturday, and then warm back up after that. Don't forget to check out our WDTV5 First Alert Weather app, sponsored by GoMart for our forecast on the go.